Welcome to RANsquawk's e-morning briefing for Tuesday, the 28th of July 2009. We've just gone through now 8:30 in London, so take a quick look around the markets and where we stand. A recap of the overnight news. At the moment, things are off to a relatively positive start. The FTSE CAC and DAX in the European equities trading higher, around 0.5% at the moment, predominantly led by a weaker dollar index. We've already seen the dollar index strike a 2009 low this morning. That in turn giving a bit of risk appetite returning in the major FX pairs, with euro dollar and cable trading higher, as well as the Aussie and Kiwi dollar. That as well, with the weaker dollar, we are seeing WTI crude futures currently trading up just shy of 50 cents on a session, printing highs around 68.86, so coming back towards that $69 handle now in crude futures. In terms of overnight news coming out of Asia, firstly in China, consumer prices in China are stabilising after months of declines and could bottom out at the end of Q3 before rebounding, according to the stats department of the PBOC. And elsewhere, China's Ministry of Finance chief Yuan Yao says China is concerned about security of US assets, and he wants a stable dollar exchange rate and to keep easy fiscal and monetary policy. Obviously, that comment concerned about security of US assets now likely gets some attention, with the second day of talks to continue today in Washington in regards to the China strategic and economic dialogue with the US. So we'll look out for any other potential comeback to that from the Ministry of Finance by the US this afternoon. Elsewhere, Fed's Plosser spoke yesterday evening, says might need to raise rates before unemployment peak. Plosser saying no near-term inflation risk, but a risk in late 2010. He expects positive economic growth in the second half of 2009. Says exit strategy will be tough, requires hard choices, and adds that he is not satisfied with Obama's systemic regulator plan and is worried about Fed taking on too many tasks. Looking elsewhere, notably for the Aussie dollar and Kiwi dollar this morning, comments out of the RBA Governor Stevens said the economy had fared well enough. The upside risks to the outlook are now balanced out those to the downside, noting the danger that low interest rates could inflate home prices. We also saw overnight the Australian NAB consumer confidence number at -4, so an improvement from the -24 that we saw last quarter. So the Aussie dollar trading up over 100 pips at the moment, with Kiwi dollar also touching a 10-month high already this morning. Taking a look in the equity markets, the Nikkei did trade slightly negative for the best part of the Asian session, however it came back to broadly flat at the close, did trade or finish down 0.01%, which did break a 9-day rising streak. Elsewhere, in terms of equity specific, we've seen BP and the FTSE 100. They posted their latest quarterly report for the second quarter. Q2 net came in at $4.4 billion, and Q2 replacement cost profit came in at $3.14 billion. Both were above the analyst expectation of $2.82 billion. In early trade, BP did trade higher at the open, and they're back around flat now, heading towards 9 o'clock in London. And elsewhere, another notable mover was Deutsche Bank. They posted a Q2 net profit of 1.09 billion euros, which was above the expected 944. However, there were some question marks over one-off charges and a bit of concern about some of the money that's being put aside in case of one-off charges going forward, in terms of provisions being set aside. And Deutsche Bank have traded down, and they're down around 4% towards 9 o'clock now. Elsewhere, BBVA and the Euro stocks, they fared a little better. The second biggest bank in Spain is currently up 4%. They posted a Q2 net of 1.56 billion, above the expected 1.3 billion. Taking a look then at the data for today, no major 130s from the US. We'll see S&P Case-Shiller house prices at 2 o'clock. That'll be followed by US consumer confidence. That'll be the main data for today. That's at 3 o'clock London time. And then supply-wise, I'll be keeping a close eye on T-notes when the US Treasury pit opens. Today we'll see the first of the 3 auctions for the week. The 2-year notes of $42 billion worth. Usual time results at around 6 o'clock this evening London time.